Hi, in this video we will discuss how to create new threads. But let's start from the definition of the thread. A thread is the simplest unit of work in program. When we run a Java application, JVM loads the program into memory and runs the main thread internally. Then this thread executes code of the program and performs some useful work. Threads in one program can share memory, for example variables, can share resources, for example open files or connections, or can share code, but each thread has its own stack and state of registers. For this video, I'll create a new package new threads in the package threads. New package new thread and copy-paste class sales from the previous lecture. Before we start, I want to fix one typo from previous example. Let's remove s from the end of method calculate totals. Now I'll show you how to get access to the main thread of the program, which was created for us by JVM. We can do this in any methods of the program. For that we can use static method current thread of class thread. Class thread, current thread, and we use static method current thread. So this static method returns current thread of execution. Object of class thread has many useful methods, and one of them is getName. Current thread getName. And let's create a variable string thread name. GetName returns a human-readable thread name. It is very useful, especially for debugging, and help us differentiate threads in a program during execution. Another useful method is getID. Current thread getID. Let's create a variable thread ID. Each thread in a program has a unique identifier, thread ID. You can also use this ID for debugging reasons or for building business logic around that. For example, you can use thread ID as a key in a map, and you can store some thread-specific data in values. Let's print out current thread ID and thread name. Now I'm going to run our application, but for that I have to choose correct class sales in running configuration, because we have new class sales. From package new thread. And press OK. And run. So in the console we can see that current thread ID is 1 and current thread name is main. The main thread is default thread which was created for us by JVM. Please note that thread ID may change for every run, and we can't rely on the specific thread ID in our program. Let's remove current from output. So now I'll show you how to create a new thread and perform calculation in a separate thread. For that we have to create a new instance of class thread. Thread class thread, new thread. Class thread has many constructors. For our example, we will use the simplest and the most commonly used, with a single parameter runable. Let's pass a new instance of anonymous class that implements the runable interface in the constructor and move our call of calculation method into the run method. New runable and move our call of calculation. Runable is an interface with a single method run. Let's back to our code. When we start a new thread, the code inside the run method starts executing in the new thread in parallel. So let's run our application. So in the console we see nothing, because we forgot one important thing. It's not enough to just create a new thread. Also we have to call the method start. And at this point our thread starts executing. Let's run our application again. So now in the console we can see that thread ID has changed. Now thread ID is 10 and thread name has changed to thread 0. It's default name for thread. Also it means that our code calculate totals executes in parallel thread. Let's add one more parameter to the constructor of thread class, a thread name. Let's call our new thread calculation thread. Calculation thread. A thread name can be unique for each thread or can share the same name with other threads. Let's run our application. So in the console we can see that thread name has changed and new thread name is calculation thread. In this video we have discussed how to get access to the current thread of execution, how to create a new thread and specify a new thread name. In the next video we will discuss how to wait in the current thread until another thread finishes its work. Also we will talk about a daemon thread.